My name is Jaron Gyger. I'm originally from Switzerland, but I'm working in Berlin for 3 years now. I was doing different stuff. I was like going to graphic design because that was like to have a job. My parents told me it's good to have a job, and then during my studies in illustration design, more the design spectrum, I was getting in touch with art the first time with painting and in a module. And then the teachers, they told me I have to go to Leipzig, and then I did that, and that was kind of my official start to start like thinking about painting and seriously what's the meaning of art for me and stuff. That's a question I don't really like because I have no good answer to that because it's too much. I just look to everything that I see, and I try to see it as a painter. So the best inspiration for me is like the outside world, people, what I feel, or asking myself questions when I look into objects, or I asking like about colors, for example. But of course, I mean, I have a lot of inspiration in classical art and also contemporary, but I cannot really answer that, it's too much. But I look to every single thing, also paintings, with the highest potential that I can get out of it. Like when I see a painting, for example, I see a color, a specific color or color combination, then I remember that, or I asking myself, has this something to do with my work? And yeah, for me it's like a dialogue between me and the world as a whole, and not like specific styles. I also try to avoid styles in my work because that's not what I'm interested in. I always want to find the expression for my actual thing that I'm thinking or feeling about or being. And that's always different. It's also interesting because, first of all, I think it's a really big difference when it comes to time from this series compared to this single piece, because that's more an expression and it's more a feeling of breaking out, like isolation, like. And for me, breaking out was feeling like more like that, you know, like not giving a fuck about anything and just put the brush on the canvas and searching and break and And after that, I was going away from Berlin to Italy for a while. So that one is really, it's faster, and it's the time frame is shorter. I mean, the piece was in my studio for a long time, but when I was painting, I was like painting and then stopping, painting, stopping. And this series here is like really meditative. That was really in isolation, and it was kind of the only hopes or only islands of peace that I had in this time, because I was really alone. I was new in Berlin. I didn't knew nothing, nobody, and I was just. It's really slow. So the aspect of time is here in this series is really slow, like layer by layer, and looking and then waiting, meditating. Next layer, you know, way to think about painting is always, I always do what comes to me, like what I have to do. It's not that I think I have to do in this style or this style, because I'm not interested in a reproduction. It's also capitalistic for me, and I'm against it, you know. So I want to be vulnerable and real, and that's the opposite of capitalism, you know. So, and the opposite of a brand. I don't want to be a brand. So people are interested in my work when they are interested in me or in a conversation or something real, but not in a product. Of course the product is important, but not like, I'm not a company. I'm an artist, you know.